Hello and welcome back to Sack to the Future 1971. This is Sunday Night Football for week number 7. The Philadelphia Eagles visiting the Dallas Cowboys. The Dallas Cowboys, of course, the only remaining undefeated team here in Sack to the Future 1971. Can they continue their undefeated season? The Eagles currently in last place in the division at 2-4. Would love to get back into the playoff hunt with a huge upset victory over their rivals. Let's see how it plays out. Eagles will be kicking off to the Cowboys. Caught at 3 across the 25 up to the 28-yard line. So the Cowboys take over, 28-yard line. Out comes their quarterback, Roger Staubach. 12 touchdowns, only 3 interceptions, nearly 1,600 yards, and you see the great completion percentage of somewhere around 68% or so, which is incredible for 1971. Really incredible or at least good for even modern times. There's a pitch out to Dan Reeves, who loses 4 yards. So the Cowboys are undefeated, but here is a replay. The Cowboys are undefeated, but they do have one crack, I guess, in the armor that they didn't have before, and that is the injury to Dwayne Thomas. So we will be showing some different people in the backfield today, I believe. Sorry, not Thomas, Calvin Hill. So usually it's been a Thomas and Hill show. This time you see Reeves got the first handoff. Thomas does get the second handoff, though. But no Calvin Hill still. Staubach fires over the middle and completes to Mike Ditka. So a couple runs and then a big completion. And the Cowboys get the first down. Not much of a problem. There's a pitch out to Thomas again across the 45. Tries to make a move, but nicely done by the defender. Getting the tackle here are your Cowboys offensive line. Let's go Nyland, Manders, Nye, and Wright. Ditka's the tight end. Thomas and Reeves are the backs. Hayes and Allworth, the incredible receiver combination. Bob Hayes and Lance Allworth have been dynamite. And after Reeves, and the best player on the Eagles defense, makes the tackle. You got Brum, Callaway, Holtz, and Tom on the line. Rosevich, Zabel, and Porter are the linebackers. Corners are Nelson and Ramsey. Bill Bradley and Leroy Keys are the safeties. Bill Bradley, again, the aforementioned best player on this defense. Subjective, of course. Staubach spins, and then thought he was going to run for it, but actually stopped behind the line, and Holtz was able to catch him and get the sack. So the Eagles do something that not many have done this year, force the Cowboys to punt on their first drive. So the Eagles are only 2-4. According to Madden ratings and everything, the Cowboys are, like 15-point favorites or something ridiculous. Here's Liskey, 2 touchdowns, 7 interceptions, 933 yards. Much worse completion percentage than Staubach, somewhere around 52-53. But I was going to say that you would think Cowboys blowout for sure. I mean, it's even in Dallas, if you want to give them points for being a home field, at least a 2-touchdown favorite. But it's a rivalry game, so these division games can sometimes be closer than anyone anticipated. And there's a first down for the Eagles. The ski back to pass again. Knocked away. Here is your offensive starters for the Eagles. You got Key, Allison, Evans, Norquist, and Smith across the line. Jackson and Hawkins, Ballman, Bogus, and was that Ronnie Bull, I believe, or maybe Watkins. The Eagles have more than 2 running backs. They definitely spread the ball around in the backfield. Cowboys defense, Lilly, Gregory, Pugh, and Andre. Leroy Jordan, Dave Edwards, Chuck Howley, Mal Renfro, Cornell Green, Cliff Harris, and Herb Adderley are the secondary. The defensive line lined up interestingly. Lilly was announced first. Usually he's second or third, but they decided to line up differently, which is something. There is a nice defensive play by the wide receiver, as Liskey decided to throw it into double coverage. But the receiver goes up and makes a nice defensive play to stop Adderley or Harris from getting the interception. So the Eagles, much like the Cowboys did, will punt after getting 1 first down. So round 2. There you see the Cowboys are the only undefeated team because the Chiefs lost Thursday night. They lost to the Broncos. So the only team with 0 losses on their record is the Dallas Cowboys. The Vikings continue to win, though. They're at 6-1. Very impressive. So there's definitely some impressive teams other than the Cowboys. There you see Zabel coming in on a blitz. Nobody picks him up, and he gets the sack on Staubach. So again, if you're talking about cracks in the armor, is there any way the Cowboys will finally lose? Well, coming into this game at the end of week 6, the number 1, as far as points scored, the Cowboys are number 1 offense. In yards, the Cowboys are the number 1 offense. In points allowed, they have the number 1 defense. In yards allowed, they are top 3. So the top 3 in basically every category. But their offensive line didn't allow a sack in the first 3 games. Then the Saints got to them a couple times. And now they've given up a couple sacks basically in each game since then, the last 3. So I think Staubach's been sacked maybe 5 or 6 times through 6 games. But here the Eagles have 3 sacks already in the first quarter. So either the Eagles are figuring out something, or it's possible that the Cowboys in general are just breaking down a little bit, although it would be hard to go a whole season not allowing a sack. So part of it's just statistical, averaging out. But an impressive start nonetheless for the Eagles defense, getting to Staubach 3 times already. There's a handoff to Ronnie Bull. His first carry of the day gets 2 yards. Ronnie Bull, of course, the ex-Chicago Bear, who I have controlled in previous seasons of Sack to the Future. This fires downfield, completes for a 19-yard gain. There's a handoff. Nice block on the outside. Allows them to get 5 yards or 6 yards, 2nd and 4. Eagles on the Cowboys side of the field. First time either team has gotten across midfield. There's some motion. And throw over the middle, complete. Losing his balance, but able to get to the 44-yard line. 3rd and 3. Back to pass. Fires, completes. And first down for the Eagles. Definitely getting close to field goal range now. Gary Ballman. He's a name from Sack to the Future past. Former Steeler, amongst other teams.
Ready to break.
Now the Eagles have come out throwing against the Cowboys. 7 of their 10 plays have been throws. And now this kind of a fake pitch and then pops up and throws the quick slant. So they feel like the quick passing game is the way to attack the Cowboys. Play action pass. Looks deep into the end zone. Knocked away by Cliff Harris at the last minute. 3rd and 1. There you see a huge upset of the semi-pro team from Jacksonville takes out the Cincinnati Bengals 24-22. Well, it's embarrassing, but it happens. Sack to the Future has had some history of semi-pro teams sneaking up and biting these real NFL or even AFL teams. And the Jaguars do it to the Bengals. Guess I'm going to stop calling them the Jaguars if I can, because they're going to remain in Jacksonville, but soon we'll have an actual Jacksonville team down there. The World League of Football starts in a couple seasons, so we can have some names that actually belong to a real roster. This fires over the middle, wide open. Is that Ballman, I believe, for the touchdown? The veteran Ballman puts the Eagles on the board, and look at this. 2 touchdown underdogs take the lead here in Dallas. The rivalry matters. It's 6-0 Eagles. 7-0. So the Eagles started off with the quick passing game, mixed in some runs, and then one deep pass to finish it off. And a good almost 6-minute drive keeps Staubach on the sidelines for about half a quarter and get a touchdown. That's, can't do any better than that if you're the underdog. Like I said, though, the Cowboys come in as #1 offense in both yards and points. So you got to do a lot more than 7-0 before I'm going to be convinced. I would say if the Eagles go up 17-0, then I'll start calling for the upset, but not 7-0. Impressive start, though, getting to Staubach 3 times. If that continues, they have a chance for sure. So quick handoff to Wolf Garrison, who fights for the first down. His second carry, he's got 15 yards now. Roger the Dodger needs to start dodging some of these Eagle defenders. There's a handoff to Thomas, not much. Just Thomas has 3 carries. Reeves has a couple. Garrison has a couple. The Cowboys definitely spreading the ball around to their backs. Staubach now drops back, fires downfield wide open. Is Mike Ditka again. Staubach has completed 2 passes, both to Ditka for 36 yards. And that's the end of the first quarter. So the first quarter is actually won by the underdog road team, 7-0. But the Cowboys have the ball in Eagle territory to start quarter number 2. 3 backs behind Staubach. He'll turn, he'll hand. Thomas gets a couple yards. There's a flag. It's going to be holding against the Cowboys. Manders, the center, gets caught with the hold. And we'll have a 1st and 20. Play action pass. Staubach throws underneath. Thomas fumbles the football, and the Eagles recover. Holtz recovers the fumble. Staubach's still perfect, but Thomas fumbles the ball when he gets hit. Here's another look at it. Bam. That's shoulder right to the chin. Thomas possibly knocked out on the play. Ball comes out. Eagles get good field position, and they're currently up 7-0. So here's where the Eagles can really make some noise if they get another drive for points here. Play action pass. And Bob Lilly make sure that the Eagles don't get too many good thoughts in their head. So he comes through with a sack. His at least 15th sack on the season. This is only game number 7. He's on pace for over 30. We're going to break some records here, although we're still trying to discover the old Zach to the Future records. But I believe Deacon Jones or somebody may have had 30 sacks in the season already. Oh, Staubach. No, Lisk, I was going to say, why did Staubach miss that pass? It looked like it passed to the Cowboys because of how well it was defended, but it was actually, luckily for Lisk, overthrown. And there is more yards lost, so the Eagles get good field position, but they actually go backwards 12 yards. And the Cowboys not playing around on that defensive series. The Eagles will punt. So the Giants were winners today, 28-20. Oh, there's a nice move, and another one. And Allworth gets up to the 35-yard line. A nice return. The Oilers got to 6-1. So a couple of teams on the heels of the Cowboys. The Chiefs and Broncos are both 6-1 now. Oilers are 6-1. In the NFC, you got the Rams and Vikings both won earlier today, so they both got to 6-1. Cowboys ahead of all of them at 7-0, but should the Cowboys lose, there'll be a big conversation for who the best team is in football. There's Staubach firing downfield to Bob Hayes. Right now, though, it doesn't matter what the score is. If Staubach continues to be perfect, it's rare that you have a team that has the number one or top 3 in offense, top 3 in defense, and the best quarterback in football and not call them the best team in football. Total yards, the Cowboys have taken the lead in that statistic. Handoff to Dan Reeves, who fights his way inside the 35-yard line. See the old semi-pro matchup. One team dominates the other. There's a handoff. Oh, Tony Thomas waiting for blocking to develop. It never did. 3rd and 2. Big play for the Eagles here. Right now, the Cowboys are not yet in field goal range. Handoff to Thomas. Now they are, and Thomas breaks a tackle and gets across the 30. 5 carries, 13 yards on the day. Still waiting for some season stats on Thomas, but they're not going to give them to us yet. 10.5 left in the first half. 7-0 Eagles. Staubach, play action pass, rolls to his left. Now he's in trouble and sacked for the 4th time. Zabel's 2nd sack from the linebacker position. The Eagles have done a good job timing their blitzes right. This wasn't necessarily a blitz. He just came off the block. Staubach, it was more of a coverage sack, really. 2nd and 18. Cowboys back out of field goal range now. Staubach will fire and complete to Allworth. That puts him back in field goal range. Staubach 5 of 5, 74 yards. Staubach back to pass again. And he will sling it underneath, and Thomas avoids the big hit, but still enough of a hit to tackle him. And that is going to bring up 4th down. And definitely in field goal range, but not automatic. You got to set your sights at least 10 yards, I would say. And in modern NFL, if it's 60 or beyond, then you're thinking probably not, but maybe. Here it's more like 50 or further is probably not, but maybe, which means 50 or 46 is probably, but not definite. He does make it, though. Clark makes it from 46, and the Cowboys are on the board. Closer to being blocked than I thought, but good concentration by Clark. Puts it through the uprights. Cowboys on the board. The home team still on edge a little bit as they are still trailing to the Eagles, but it's only 7-3 now. It was Mike Clark's 13th field goal of the season.
Ready? 30 base.
65, 65.
Go.
Ronnie Bull just turning his head down and smashing it into Holly. Oh! Hit immediately as the ball gets there, and that's going to be an incompletion. So the Cowboys are revving it up on defense. Play action pass. Fires downfield and knocked away by Herb Adderley. So the Eagles have gone cold on offense here, which is not surprising. This is a great Cowboy defense. Still throwing at 70% of their passes. They might want to throw some more runs in there if the Cowboys... I guess the Cowboys aren't really giving them any yards when they run, though. There's a much better punt coverage attempt against Allworth. But the Cowboys come back on the field with the ball at the 25-yard line. Dwayne Thomas, only 5 carries for 13 yards today. It's been more about Roger throwing the ball. Also, they are spreading the runs out. Play action pass, Staubach throws, completes again. This Allworth and Hayes combination, then you throw in Mike Ditka. And, I don't want to say no credit goes to Staubach. He's still been very good this year, but when you have that many weapons, it makes it a little bit easier. Staubach throws. Oh! I think Dan Reeves was able to knock the arm away at the last minute. That could have been picked off. 3rd and 10. Staubach, drop back. Great job by the line. Looking deep for Bob Hayes. And Staubach missed him. So Staubach, maybe this wouldn't be like him to let one play carry to the other. But maybe that almost interception got in his mind a little bit. As Hayes beat his man, that's probably a touchdown most of the time. But Staubach misses on this particular chance. And that's another good sign, good news for the Eagles, who are continuing to keep this game in their favor later through the first half. 7 points isn't enough, though. We know that the Cowboys always hit the 20s in points. You got to get a couple more touchdowns if you're the Eagles. Quick throw. That's actually a run because he threw it behind the line, so a -1 yard rush by Jackson. Herb Adderley all over that. There's a handoff, few yards up the middle, 4 carries, 15 yards now. Third and 7. Fires over the middle, complete to Ballman, the man who caught the touchdown. And the Eagles get their first down since that touchdown. So the Eagles, again, the 2 touchdown underdogs, but surprising the Cowboys so far in the first half. There's a handoff, and he fights his way up to the 48-yard line. And still on his feet, continues the leg drive up to the 47-yard line. Inches short, though. This goes back into the shotgun on 3rd and inches. It is a handoff, though, and a first down. So the Eagles, with their best drive since the touchdown drive, get back into Cowboy territory. 2:40 to go in the first half. The Dolphins were winner earlier today. Oh, there's a big play by, that's Jethro Pugh. No, it's not. That's Gregory. Bill Gregory. The guy that doesn't get announced in the starting lineup, as he's the 5th defensive lineman of the Cowboys, but he's there in on that play. Looks like he's in again. And Lily's actually on the outside. So I wonder if there's some sort of injury or just... Okay, now they put Howley on the line. So the Cowboys changing things up defensively, trying to get a stop here against the Eagles. Here's a throw complete to the 30-yard line. Hawkins' third catch of the day. 3rd and 2. Motion here. Lister drops back. Good protection from the offensive line. And he's going to run for it and get the first down across the 20. Down to the 18-yard line. 12-yard scamper. The Eagles go ahead and let the clock run, which I think is the smart choice. Don't let Staubach have time, or he will probably get the touchdown before the half. They block Bob Lilly with one man, and it works. That's a rare sight. But now on that short completion, the Eagles do go ahead and call timeout. I may have let the clock continue to run there, but they are down to 1 minute, so it's not a horrendous call or anything. There's completion over the middle and a couple yards. They call another timeout. That one gives me more questions than the first one. 3rd and 8. I guess if you don't get the first down here, you can let the clock run, but if it's incomplete, then you don't have that choice. Throws underneath it, is complete. He's right at the first down marker. What are they going to call? The Eagles want to know before they call timeout. They do say first down. Kramer on the reception. The Eagles let the clock run down to 30 seconds, and now this will spin, try to get it away from Lilly. He gets hit and fumbles the football, and then it's picked up by George Andre, who gets across the 30, 40s, across midfield. Does he have enough? Looks like he's going to be caught from behind and down at the 28-yard line. So List runs away from Lilly, actually got across the line to avoid it from being a sack, but Lilly made him pay by forcing the ball out. Andre picks it up. The big man motoring down the field, but of course, not going to have the speed to outrun the little guys. Couldn't really tell. I think it was out before he went down, though, so that's going to stand. The Eagles had the momentum, had everything in their favor, and then that horrible turnover, and now the Cowboys have a chance to possibly get the lead by the half. Let's see what Staubach does. Quick drop, goes for the short pass to Allworth. They have timeouts, so why not? 14 seconds left, 18 yards away from taking the lead. Roger drops back again and complete again, this time to, it's not Ditka, somebody else. 8 seconds to go. The Cowboys still have one timeout, so they're going to try one more pass. That was Dan Reeves on the catch. Staubach looking, end zone, backs up further. Ditka breaking tackles. Wow, they almost used too much time. Ditka breaking tackles, which is normally great, but it was just taking too much time. He was able to realize the clock was in a situation after he breaks his tackle. Then you see him lunge for the sidelines out of bounds with exactly 1 second left. So good heads-up play by Ditka. They had the timeout, but once he broke that tackle, he just kind of had to get out of bounds. And so that gives Clark enough time to put the field goal through. So there you, again, lack of ball control or possession control by the Eagles at the end of the half, and then a smart play by Ditka getting out of bounds, maintaining the 3 points. And that's the difference in an undefeated team versus a last place team. You see the yards are close, so the Eagles are hanging around, but just some heads-up plays by the Cowboys there at the end. The first half make this just a 1-point game at halftime. All right, so I apologize. I do have to. I should have probably just let the halftime play, but I do have to go away for a couple minutes. Station break, we'll call it. 7-6 Eagles. Hopefully nothing too crazy happens while I'm gone.
Ready? 10-2 start. Little Mike 52, Mike 52. Heads to go. Go, 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 everybody, run! Woo! You got it! You got it! Ha ha! You got it! Go! 8, read. 50, 50 to Mike, 50 to Mike. Watch the slats, watch the slats. Let's go. Set up. 60 Pittsburgh.
Taking down the 14-yard line. A gain of a yard. Brings up second and
Lee Griffin, Lee Griffin.
14-yard line.
Here we go. 70, Indy. Tight right. Hit it. Four down. Check. Run. Lay down. Keep playing. Come on, set. 90, Wolf. I got you, son. Sit up. Ready. Ready. 60 outlaw.
And we're back. Looks like the defenses have held while I was gone. And the Eagles now on 3rd and 13. Still surprising the Cowboys with a 7-6 lead here. And now he's going to run for it. He fumbled last time. This time he just gets down to avoid any such fumbles. Oh, troubles with the punt, and it's going to be blocked. So the Eagles, we mentioned top 3 in offense in both yards and scoring, top 3 in defense in both yards and scoring. Actually, number 1 in offense and defense as far as points scored and points allowed. And on top of dealing with all that, then you get your punt blocked by the special teams. So it's just borderline impossible. But the Cowboys like it that way. They would prefer it to be impossible for you to beat them. Here is the handoff up the middle. Huge hole for Reeves inside the 10-yard line. There is a flag, though. I'll tell you what, the refs have called more penalties on the Cowboys today than normal.
15, Ronnie. 15 line. Let's go.
See, the fans are definitely letting them hear it. That's the larger boo sessions we have heard this season from any fan base, as they feel like there is something in the air against the Cowboys today. Pitch out to Thomas. He gets hit behind the line. And from here, you're talking about a 51-yarder, which is doable, but definitely questionable. So, see if Staubach goes underneath just to make sure the field. But no, it's actually a handoff. So Thomas does his job as far as the field was concerned. They decided it was more important to make sure that they get the lead than to try any such deep pass for the touchdown. So here comes Clark, 43 yards. This is definitely in his wheelhouse. Kick is up, definitely long enough, right down the middle. And Clark gives the Cowboys the lead, 9-7. A couple turnovers by the Eagles have seen their lead disappear. Cowboys, the last remaining perfect team in 1971, is now back on top, 9-7. See, the Bears were winners for the second time all year. And the Monday night game, the Jets and the Patriots, the only one that has not been played yet for Week 7. Broncos continue to be a surprise. They are the second team. So if the Eagles get more than 10 points, the Broncos will take over as the number one scoring defense. For now, it's still the Cowboys, though. That's the big surprise. The Jaguars beat the Bengals. Here's a sack by Bob Lilly. It's his second sack. Pretty sure he has at least 2 sacks in every single game this year, as he is unstoppable. They said he's in the zone, and yet I don't see him with the stuff lit up underneath. There's a handoff, one tackle broken, and Evans is hurt. Offensive lineman away from the play. The Eagles will have to punt. Last time they punted, it was blocked and led to the Cowboys taking the lead. Kick is up and not blocked. Fair catch by Allworth. Okay, so the Cowboys come out. Staubach comes out for the first time with the lead. See if that changes anything. Pretty balanced approach so far. Anyways, I don't know why that would change. Staubach comes out throwing. Fires deep downfield. And overshoots Bob Hayes. Sidelines were in play there, so it would have to be a pretty accurate throw to get that one. There's a handoff to Thomas, makes 2 people miss, and then fights Bradley to a stalemate until other Eagles come to help. 3rd and 1 coming up. Cowboys at 52 rushing yards, lower than their usual output at this point in the game. There's a handoff to Reeves. He gets the first down up to the 49-yard line. Dan Reeves, 4 carries for 11 yards today. There's a pitch out to Thomas, breaks 1 tackle in the backfield, makes a move, gets across midfield. And a gain of 2. 2nd and 8. Delayed fake handoff. Staubach got all day from that great offensive line, but then late pressure comes in. Staubach unable to get rid of the ball. Callaway gets to him. That's a coverage sack, and the 5th sack of the day by the Eagles. The Cowboys' offensive line has allowed 6 sacks before today in 6 games, and then 5 sacks in this one game against the Eagles. So the Eagles, whether it's confusion in the back end on their secondary or what, they've gotten a couple of coverage sacks today. A couple all-time blitzes as well. There's Staubach comes up and fires to Bob Hayes. Gets exactly the yards he needed for the first down. Almost looked like he came back across the line to make that catch, but no challenge or anything. It is a first down. Hand off to Thomas. Follows Garrison through the hole to the 35. 2nd and 4. Handoff Thomas, tackled in the backfield this time. 3rd and 5 coming up. Less than 2 minutes now in the 3rd quarter. Roger drops back, fires underneath, and it's dropped. Mike Ditka drops the ball. And 52 yards, I don't know. What are the Cowboys going to do here? I don't think they punt. But a field goal is less than a 50% chance. It's actually going to be 53 yards. They only give them about a 25% chance to make this thing. Clark from 53. Oh, he puts it through. Landry showing trust in the kicker, and Clark does not disappoint. Buries it. And the Cowboys' fourth field goal of the day. They have not found the end zone, but they're still doing everything else, including playing defense, absolutely shutting down the Eagles since that first quarter touchdown drive. And it's 12-7 late in the third. Total yards, you see, it's definitely been a defensive-minded game as the Eagles have hung in there, only down by 17 yards in the total yard statistic, and get it right there. They get 15 of it, so the total yards are basically dead even. The turnovers, the Cowboys are +1, and then score, the Cowboys are +5, 12-7. It's going to throw again, completes again. And Carmichael with that big body stretches it out to just within 1 yard of the first down. And there's a completion, just enough for the first down. So the Eagles get a first down right before the third quarter ends. We've played 3 here from Dallas. The Cowboys have put 4 field goals on the board since the Eagles took that touchdown lead in the first, and now lead 12-7. Jethro Pugh hits Lisk high. Thought possibly the ball was going to come out, but he does a nice job holding on to it. Still, though, it's a 5-yard loss. All right, gets rid of the ball, but knocked away. Cowboys now forcing the Eagles to try to convert on 3rd and 15. This seems like a Bob Lilly moment. Well, this fires downfield and incomplete. So the Eagles will have to punt. We are in the fourth quarter now. The Eagles have done a good job of keeping it close with a defense that is actually, I think, for the Cowboys to remain the #1 offensive team as far as yards go, they had to get just 200 yards, and the Eagles have stopped them from doing that so far. Still think the Cowboys will probably reach it. Points-wise, I think the Cowboys needed to get 20 points and allow less than 10 to remain #1 in both offense and defense. So right now, as things stand, they are still the #1 defense as far as points allowed go. But they would no longer be the #1 scoring offense if they do not get another touchdown or so. Staubach, play action pass, fires deep downfield, and that is complete to Allworth. Makes the catch, secures the ball through the hit. 29 yards. That is actually the biggest play of the day for the Cowboys offense. And the Cowboys now on Philadelphia's side of the field, up by 5, threatening to bust the game open finally. Now again, the Cowboys were more than 2 touchdown point favorites, so they are not likely to cover, but all they care about is remaining undefeated. Pitch out to Dwayne Thomas, gets a block on the outside, but the defender, even though he's being blocked, he just happened to luckily fall at the feet of Thomas. And Thomas, unable to adjust and keep his balance, falls behind the line. He had yardage to get to. That's just unfortunate for Thomas. Bradley comes flying up. Somebody calling out the blitz. I guess Staubach probably sees it coming. It's a handoff. They adjust the play to a handoff and or a pitch, and sure enough, Thomas gets the first down. Cowboys over 200 yards now of offense, so that should do it as far as Cowboys remaining the #1 offense as far as yards scored goes. A touchdown will put him back to #1 in points scored. Starbuck hit as he throws into the end zone and intercepted. He got hit as he threw the ball. Bradley had good coverage on Hayes anyways, but hit as he threw the ball made it just a little bit underthrown. Maybe Starbuck was just going to launch it out to the back of the end zone. Hit as he throws. Ball kind of hangs up there. And Bradley just picks it off. Hayes does a poor job of playing defense. You'd like your receiver to protect you as a quarterback, but it's not the case. All right, so now Lisk takes over. The Cowboys failed to score any points. So the Eagles still know if they could just find one more magical drive like they had in the first quarter, they could do the impossible here and beat the Cowboys. But can they do it? Are they the team that has the determination to do this? 19 of 30 now for Lisk. Lots of throws. And now he's going to spin away and run for the first down and get the first down and then get plenty more up to the 45. You see him sliding after Lilly caused that fumble, which, the Eagles might even have a better chance of winning this game had that not occurred. Basically a 6-point swing. You'd probably have a 10-9 game right now. Again, who knows how the rest of the game goes, how the third quarter goes, if the Eagles have a 10-3 lead instead of 7-6 lead. But if all things stayed the same, it would be 10-9 right now, Eagles. So that was a big play in this game. Lisk continuing to run, though, just sliding now. 50 plays. So that's 50 times. Lilly gets sacked number 3. My goodness. Bob Lilly. The Eagles had blocked him with one man most of the game. And that's, a lot of teams have been double teaming him and he still gets 2 sacks in the game. Single blocking. That's just asking for at least 3 sacks. And that's what Lilly has, 3 sacks. And now he lines up against the tight end. I hope the Eagles are not doing it. Okay, it was a chip. So they do kind of do 1.5 blocks. There's a nice throw by Lisk downfield. And so they survive the sack, and the Eagles go over 200 yards of offense. Again, this game has been very close yards-wise, sacks-wise, turnovers-wise. Everything has been close about this game, which the ratings would not have suggested that. Again, Cowboys 2 touchdown point favorites. There's a throw underneath. One-man miss. Hit. Taken down by the face mask. There's been quite a few penalties called against the Cowboys. I'm not sure the Eagles have had even one penalty called against them. So the refs are, they are real penalties. But, as a Cowboy fan, I'm sure you would feel that the refs are doing everything they can to take the perfect season away from you, because that's what fan bases do. But it is Eagles threatening here. Lisk's going to run again, 15. This is about where he fumbled last time. Takes a hit but does not fumble. Ball at the 7-yard line now. Eagles 7 yards away from doing the unthinkable. Was from the shotgun. And is he going to run again? Gets across the 5 to the pylon. Touchdown! The run from the quarterback. Not touchdown. What? How the hell? Okay, 1st and goal. I guess he stepped out of bounds. I didn't see it. Very odd. That's very odd. I don't know how that's not a touchdown, but whatever. The Eagles are not in the end zone yet. He had a clear path once he got. I don't know. If he stepped out of bounds, there's absolutely no reason for it. It's just a horrible play. Or a horrible balance. I didn't see it. I guess the refs are making up for all the penalties they called against the Cowboys, so that is alarming. Play action pass. This gets destroyed by Lilly and others in the backfield. And now it's holding against the Eagles, so the refs have definitely turned to favor the Cowboys here after earlier favoring the Eagles. All attention on the refs should be gone at this point. Lisk throws, knocked away. How that wasn't a touchdown on the quarterback scramble, I have no idea. But now decision, since it's 11 yards away, they might kick the field goal here. They are going to take the points. They're going to take the points and hope the Cowboys give them another chance. Kick is up, and it's good. 12-10. This is the closest game the Cowboys have been involved in so far. Really don't understand how the Eagles aren't leading, though. I guess this stepped out of bounds inside the 1 instead of just taking one more step in a straight line and getting the touchdown. So a huge mistake. Here you see, that's not a fumble, of course. But they have gotten to Staubach. Most of those in the first half, though. The Cowboys have cleaned it up in the second half. See total yards, the Eagles do have the lead. But in the score, it's the Cowboys with the lead 12-10. Play action pass, Staubach fires downfield, completes. Staubach 14 of 21, 170 yards. Staubach still at 66%. No interceptions, as he's done all year long, pretty much. Play action pass, Staubach going downfield again, and that time it's incomplete. Cowboys definitely come out throwing, not interested in running clock. They want to put the game away with points. Now they will hand off, but nothing there. So this is the Eagles' moment. They kick the field goal, hoping that they would get another chance on offense. It's 3rd and 9 here. If they can hold them, they'll have that chance. Rodgers going to go back. Line gives him time, but there's no one open. Staubach trying to buy more time, fails to do so, and Holtz gets in there for the second sack. 2 sacks and a fumble recovery for Holtz, having a great game. 11 sacks in this game, 6 by the Eagles. That matches the most the Cowboys have allowed all season. So 6 sacks allowed in 6 games, now 6 sacks allowed in 1 game. And the Cowboys have to punt, and if they're going to remain undefeated, they are going to rely on their defense or the Eagles to run out of bounds for absolutely no reason. Either thing is possible. So the Eagles need to get in field goal range, starting from the 33. They complete out to the 42-yard line. It's a decent gain before the 2-minute warning. So we're at the 2-minute warning. The Eagles, 2-touchdown underdogs, only 2 points away. A huge upset it would be. There's a quick throw and absolutely blown up by Leroy Jordan. Incomplete, 3rd and 1. You see Cornell Green sneaking up, trying to add another tackler to the run, but it is a pass. This fires, completes over the middle, down to the 36-yard line. It's almost looking like a real possibility now. They are just a few yards away from being in field goal range. Liskin's going to run for those. He cannot fumble, though. Does slide appropriately, and now the Cowboys have to start using timeouts. This is insane. Are the Eagles going to be the team that ends the Cowboys' perfect season? Handoff. Ronnie Bull's got 2 hands on the ball. Another tackle and timeout from the Cowboys. Jethro Pugh on that one. 2nd and 7. Talking about a 39-yarder. Handoff. Breaks 1 tackle. Gets up to the 17-yard line. Cowboys are out of timeouts now. If the Eagles get these 2 yards, they can kick the field goal with no time. But a nice tackle by Bill Gregory. Bill Gregory getting more time in this game than usual. And the Cowboys force a 4th down. The Eagles probably just take this down to 1 second before you kick it. Let's see. 8, 7, 6. The first thing, of course, you have to make the field goal. So they do take the time down as far as they can. The kick is up, and it is good. And the Eagles lead the Cowboys 13-12 with 36 seconds left. Okay. So here we go. The Cowboys, the last remaining undefeated team in 1971 Sack to the Future. They are the real-life 1971 Super Bowl champions, which is actually a curse for Sack to the Future. But let's see. We had the Bears went undefeated in the regular season back in Sack to the Future 1960, but then actually got beat by these Cowboys in the playoffs. So no Sack to the Future team has gone undefeated for regular season and postseason. Cowboys need a comeback. Staubach's going to have to go to the air. They have no timeouts. And, almost sacked, but Staubach gets away from it, finds Bob Hayes. He gets up to the 45-yard line. They're going to have to hurry to the line. 15, 14, 13. Staubach's going to throw. He does not down the ball or spike the ball. And that's an incompletion, so that will stop the clock. Clark wants them to get to the 32-yard line. That's still 10, 22 yards away. They're going to have to get a big play and get out of bounds. Staubach drops back. He fires to the middle of the field. That's complete, but they're not going to have enough time. 4, 3, it's over. It's over. The Eagles, 2 touchdown underdogs, win in Dallas. Bradley's interception helped. An unbelievable occurrence here. There are no undefeated teams left in 1971. The Eagles do the unthinkable. Would not have thought it would be the Eagles doing this, but they come in with the proper game plan. Take the ball away a couple times and stun the Cowboys. Cowboys not allowed into the end zone for the first time all season. How about that, folks? That's why you watch Sack to the Future. You never know. The Cowboys lose. There are 5 or 6 teams that are 6-1 now. I guess no clear-cut favorite, although I still think the Cowboys are the best team. But you can question it now. You can question it. Good job, Eagles. Cowboys, maybe it's time to bench Roger Staubach. I don't know. I'm joking. Thanks for watching. Have a good day.